Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another Tiny Blue Thoughts. I wanted to do a quick talking head video because of Amber's most recent about, am I allowed to swear that in the video? About her BPD. Amber shared with us 3 or 4 videos ago now that she recently had been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And um, there's different types of borderline personality disorder. There's many people who have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. I didn't know that there was a stereotype around people with BPD, but apparently there is one, and it's unfavorable. That seems to be par for the course with any kind of mental health disorder or issue. They all seem to have some kind of negative stereotype applied to them, which is why the crap that Amber pulls with her mental health is so infuriating to me. So I just wanted to talk about it unscripted, as I do, because in her most recent video, Amber once again admits to effectively stalking her ex who has asked her to not contact her, and who basically drove her down to Oklahoma and dumped her ass in the hotel, in the apartment, and like bailed. I don't blame her for doing such a thing. I wouldn't have driven her butt down there. I would have been like, hey, you know what? Public transit. Have fun on that bus. So, Amber has admitted in several videos now that despite Feline, the ex, asking her not to contact her, Amber has gone out of her way to tell us, the audience, how much she misses Feline all the time, and now she's not going to be able to do Christmas because it reminds her of her ex, and how she continues to text Feline, even though, again, Feline has asked her not to. I saw something floating around the rumor mill that there's a restraining order. Someone's going to have to back me up on that one because I'm not entirely sure that one's true. But the fact that I can entertain that idea and it's like not that far-fetched for me is telling you how bad Amber's behavior towards her ex is. And Amber is defending this behavior by saying, I can't help it, I have BPD. Now, here's the thing with Amber, if she does have BPD. She's had it her entire life, or at least she's had it her entire adult life. So you didn't magically just suddenly get BPD. She's probably had it for a while, is my point. And she just now has a name to put on it. Amber also collects mental disorders or mental issues or mental diagnoses like Pokemon cards. She's got to catch them all. And every time she catches one, very much like a Pokemon trainer, she throws it out there to train it up against everybody else, out there, us being the audience and the haters, BPD, I choose you. Okay? So now we're not allowed to criticize her very creepy, very stalkerish, very unacceptable behavior towards her ex. Now she's trying to use BPD to justify that behavior. Now, in my head, that not realizing that there was a negative stereotype towards BPD, which again, I'm not terribly surprised at. No, just no. Like, absolutely not. It's exactly like when she used to blame her aggressive behavior on her, quote, binge monster. She used that excuse when she was with Crystal at least once, if not twice, that I remember. And she routinely used that excuse for her behavior towards Becky when Becky wouldn't go get her food. And Amber admitted that she would get incredibly abusive and aggressive towards Becky until Becky caved and went and got food. Um, that's not what healthy people do in a relationship. That's not what unhealthy people who are working on themselves do in a relationship. I'm not saying people don't have moments where they have moments between themselves and their significant others. And I'm not saying that even healthy people don't have a moment where they're acting like children because they didn't get their way. You know, Amber does it repetitively and every time blames it on her mental health. And here's the major issue with that. Amber has all of the resources in the world. She has money, she has time, she has access to mental health, to prescriptions that can help her and that have been known to help everyone else on the planet except Amber, apparently. There are very few people who are completely drug resistant to um, uh, mental health. Rosie Jean, if you want to watch somebody who apparently is, Rosie Jean, what is her channel? Quirky Love. Rosie Jean mentioned in one of the last videos I watched of hers, which was a while ago. I want to say it's like over a month ago now. That anyway, Rosie Jean said in the last-ish video I watched of hers that she was going into a treatment plan because she was very resistant to all of the prescriptions that she had been given, and she lamented the fact that that was true. And instead of doing like Amber does, who isn't resistant, by the way, um, she was like, "Look, my only option is a treatment center where I can be monitored at all times." That's how you handle this, okay? What Rosie Jean did is what you have to do to get better sometimes. Not everybody, but sometimes, all right? Amber could do that if she wanted to. Again, she has the money, she probably has access. There's got to be something like that in Oklahoma somewhere. Okay? You're not going to convince me there's not. And she's got time and money and access. So it's not like poor Amber can't afford to go to the therapist. Poor Amber can't afford her prescriptions. It's not like that at all. All right. This is an individual who romanticizes her mental illnesses and weaponizes her mental health. She refuses to fix these things because if she fixes them, she can't use them as excuses for her bad behavior and her abusive behavior towards the people around her, most noticeably towards her exes. Now, if I have ever been an am baby, I started as an am baby when it came to Amber's mental health because I am a huge advocate for it. I am a huge advocate for normalizing it, normalizing talking about it, normalizing talking about treatment. You know, I'm here for it. Don't trauma dump in my comments section, but people have been sharing their stories with me, and every one of them that has shared a story with me is somebody who's like, look, yeah, it sucks, but if you want to get better and cope, this is what you have to do. Okay? I'm here for those kind of conversations because that shows the reality of not only living with mental health, but actively trying to improve it when you've been dealt a raw deal. I think I mixed my metaphors, but anyway. So when I was first starting to adjust my opinion of Amber, I always went easy on her on the mental health thing because sometimes it's not easy to admit that there's an issue or to get help. Sometimes you don't have access. You know, sometimes you don't have support. Sometimes you can't afford your meds. Sometimes you don't live someplace where you have access to that kind of stuff. There are people who want to get help and can't. I was one of those people for a very long time. All right. So I know what it's like to be on both ends here. And that's why I can't be supportive of Amber's mental health shenanigans anymore. Um, and why I'm making this video, and why I had the rant in the last video, and why I made the community post that I made. I I'm not going to sit here and let Amber continue to use her mental health as a crutch and a shield for her absolutely abhorrent behavior, because there's no excuse for it. Okay? Amber has the ability to get better. Amber is actively choosing not to get better, just like she does with her physical health, just like she does with her lipolipedema, just like she did with her post cancer treatment. We still don't know if she's actually cancer free because she doesn't fit into the machines that will tell her if she's actually cancer free. I am personally still concerned that she's going to have a secondary flare up or relapse, I guess is what they call it. I don't wish that on her. I just have a really bad feeling that that's what's going to happen. Um, and that alone would scare the crap out of me, but it doesn't scare Amber because she can use it as an excuse, just like her mental health. Amber has no interest in getting help because if she got help, she wouldn't be able to weaponize her mental health anymore. She wouldn't be able to hide behind it and tell people that they're being mean to her just because she's got something or other. She wouldn't be able to make a video where she's sitting there crying and telling us how she's harassing her ex and then going, but I can't help it. I have BPD, you guys. It makes me obsessive. Okay, if you're aware enough to know that what you're doing is wrong, which you clearly are, or you wouldn't have brought it up, people who don't know they're doing the wrong thing don't say that, oh, I might be doing the wrong thing, because they don't either believe or know that they're doing the wrong thing. All right, you see where I'm going with this? Amber does. Amber knows what she's doing is wrong. Amber knows what she's doing is problematic. She doesn't care. She wants to do it, and she's using her mental health as a shield towards anyone who's going to criticize her for inappropriate behavior. Something else I want to point out right before I cut out this video, or right before I end this video. Let's have a thought experiment here. Let's switch Amber's gender. Let's say Amber isn't a girl, isn't a woman. Let's say Amber's a guy. All right. Let's say Amber the man gets on camera and says, even though my ex girlfriend said that she doesn't want me to contact her anymore, I'm going to continue to contact her against her wishes, and I'm going to continue to make videos that are directly addressing her, and I'm going to continue to try to convince her that I'm sorry for my behavior, and that not even that I'm sorry for my behavior. I'm sorry that she feels like my behavior was inappropriate. And I'm going to keep doing all of that because I have issues that make it impossible for me to take responsibility for my bad behavior that I'm fully aware of is bad behavior. If Amber was a guy saying that, we would not be tolerating it at all. And I'm not even trying to be over here doing the weird, feminism thing. The reality of the situation is if Amber was male and saying these things, the hammer would be coming down on him. I think Amber's getting way too much of an easy pass here, not only because people are terrified to confront her because she's waving this mental illness flag around, this BPD flag around, you can't criticize me. I have problems. You're on the internet. I can say what I want within terms of service, obviously. Say what I want as long as YouTube says I can say it. But I think she's also getting a pass because she's female. And for whatever reason, that's not viewed as being as aggressive or as dangerous as it is. So I just figured I would like to stir all of the pots with this video, and just really put my foot out there and say this behavior is inappropriate for anyone to do. And no, she does not get to blame her mental health for her bad behavior. Not only is it no, you don't get to do that, you're a goddamn adult, act like it, but this is a black stain on pretty much everybody who suffers with the same illnesses that she does, or the same disorders that she does. There's been several people in my comment section who have mentioned that they have BPD. And again, they're all dealing with it, okay? But because of people like Amber, they say this is why people with BPD get a bad rap, because they see the rest of the world sees people like Amber, because Amber's got a huge platform. She's on YouTube. Anyone can watch her, you know, and she's on there whining about her BPD and how her BPD makes her obsessive and stalkerish and mean and aggressive, and there's nothing she can do about it. And that's what people think BPD is. They don't see the people who are going to therapy, who have been going to therapy, who have been working with it with their families, who have been going through however many medications they had to go through to find the combination or the one that works. It doesn't, there's no cure-all, you know, one medication is not going to solve the problem. There are lots of people that have to bounce around on medications until they find the one that works. And then you know what the sticker of that one is? It might stop working and you have to go do it all over again to find a new med that works, okay? Like, but these are people who have committed to that because they're not going to be, you know, held back by their diagnosis, okay? I just, with people who are like that, who are doing the damn thing to be stereotyped alongside people like Amber, who, it's not even like Amber gave up, because she didn't give up. She never tried to begin with, because as soon as she got that diagnosis, that was what she wanted. All she saw was a new tool in her toolbox for why she gets to be a shitty person. All right. So Amber's diagnosis of BPD was a win in her world. And that's, people are going to lump other people with BPD into the same category as Amber, and that is infuriating to me. So that's why I can't let her continue to do that. It's repulsive. So that being said, I guess Amber finally found a button of mine to push, so I guess she wins. Point for Amber. You don't need to put anything down in the comment section on this one. So, I mean, if you want to put a smiley face or a thumbs up or a gold star for all of the people who are doing the damn thing and who aren't Amber, please feel free. Show some love and support to our friends who are being adults. Go ahead and do that down in the comment section. Go ahead and leave a comment. Just be respectful, please. And again, I don't mind people sharing their stories. Just please don't trauma dump. The internet is not a safe place. Don't put something down in the comment section you don't want the whole world to know, like literally the whole world. So that's my only caveat there. And yeah, I just wanted to do a video like this because apparently I didn't mean to cause confusion with my my community post. I really was just ranting about her using mental health like this, and I just wanted to clarify that. So yeah, I will see everybody in the next one, and I hope, because you probably will either see this right before or right after the holidays, so I hope everybody, if you're celebrating, I hope you have a good celebration, and if you're not celebrating, I hope you have a good time anyway, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!